This is TWiT.
From Sean Hollister on The Verge, Steam Deck review, it's not ready. He says, both of these things are true. First, I'm having more fun with the Steam Deck than any gadget I've tested in years. Second, it's a mess. It's rushed, it's unfinished, it's buggy and unstable. If people sold it at Best Buy or GameStop, they'd be returning it in droves. But, of course, the people who are getting it are all people like you and me, Georgia, who can't wait. We're in on the beta. $400. Here's the good news, at least from my point of view. All of these games on this it's a Linux box. It's running Linux. So all of these games had to be rewritten to work with Linux. So it's been a great boon for Linux gaming. It's really good news for Linux gaming. I don't see Elden Ring on it. Probably won't. No. The fan apparently quite noisy, never stops whining, says Sean. There are still many games that don't work. And battery life, 2 hours at the highest fidelity. A little disappointing. Nevertheless, I still feel like there's a lot of promise here. I'm excited about it. You'd buy it, right, Georgia? Even with all the negative,
all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try it out. I'll see how it goes. Again,
actually for $400, it's pretty amazing.
Pocket's pretty, yeah. Again, I hope that they fix all the bugs and so it works really nicely. I'm not very tolerant of buggy hardware or software.
Well, and that's one of the kind of benefits of console gaming, right? Is that you just turn it on and it generally, unless it's Cyberpunk 2077, just works.
Especially with most games. My daughter is a PC gamer. She's in the Steam. She was like, "Oh, I want this thing." I'm like, let's wait and see till somebody got to figure something out. But she's like, just the concept of being able to take the games to friends that don't have gaming PCs. She's like, I could get so many more people to play if I could just take it to them because I can't take my computer over people's house. I'm like, well, I should have got your laptop then if that's what you're thinking. You just want to go out and mobily play with people.
I think this is going to be better than a laptop, at least when it's finished.
Oh yeah, no doubt it's better than a laptop. I'm just saying, I didn't even think of wanting to just go and play games with kids like that. The Switch was that kind of thing where kids came together and partied together and played. I didn't even think of that.
Fascinating. It's been fascinating watching the Switch take off like a virus among my daughter's elementary school cohort.
What do they play? Animal Crossing? What do they play? Or Zelda? Or
Minecraft. They do a lot of Minecraft.
Interesting.
They love making shared worlds and exploring them together and doing. They're aging out of the kind of really immersive, imaginative play that little kids do, but it's been interesting. Watching how the girls, because I have a daughter, watching the girls bond over creating worlds and setting up rules for them and then having interactions with them and things like that. But in the course of I would say 2 years, we went from no one in any of my kids' classes having a Switch to practically everybody. And now there are play dates that are set up where everybody brings over their Switch or they connect with each other in social spaces and do that. And the portability, I think, is what makes it easy because you're not tethered to a whole setup. You can just pick up your little case and go and hang out with your friends and pop on. And it's just so easy to set up. I was really pleasantly surprised by it.
It's really a surprising form factor, actually. Mm-hmm. I have a Switch. I love it. I play Animal Crossing. And I thought this was going to be kind of a Switch for grown-ups more. Yeah. Because it's a Windows or Linux machine, quad-core Zen 2 processor and 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's a pretty serious device. It's a 7-inch screen. It's not huge, but I mean, it's bigger than you think. That's the size of the Switch. It looks like they wanted to make a Switch for AAA titles, kind of.
Yeah.
Although the gaming on the Switch is pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, I was interested in these D-pads. I want to know how the functionality works, what they're setting up, because everything about this seems great. They need to fix it. So,
I'm also looking. This is the Ars Technica review. They agree software is very buggy. Sam Mashkovich, who's very good on this stuff, but he does say the hardware is good. And look, if it's just software, that's fixable.
That's fixable.
That's totally fixable.
2 hours battery life for something mobile with a bright screen, playing intensive games. I live in a world where you got a little power bank, you'll charge it up, you'll sit in the wall.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I wouldn't expect, honestly, more than that. Although the Switch, what is your daughter's experience with the Switch? I don't play it long enough.
The Switch, like, because I've taken it sometimes to play it, like you might get 3 hours out of it, depending on
it's not much better. Yeah,
but like if I'm playing like 2K or like Mortal Kombat or something intensive, you're getting like a little bit over 2 hours. Like it's not 5-6 hours of playtime running on that thing.
Yeah.
Gaming is really interesting because honestly, it's what drives a lot of technology. Mm-hmm. There isn't a whole lot of
entertainment always drives technology.
Well, that's true too. That is true, isn't it? But there's not a lot of software that challenges modern PCs except games. You know, there's some pro stuff, you know, video editing and photo editing and stuff and rocket launching. But for most users, the games are the hardest challenge. They need the most hardware for games. And we love games. Games are bigger than ever. It's bigger than Hollywood. I think with VR coming and AR gaming and AR socializing coming, with the world going into hell in a handbasket, we're going to want to play more games.
It's a nice escape.
Yeah.
It's a nice escape. I have to say, it's a really fun, very cool experience where you can experience things that you would never be able to do in real life. So.
And I think a lot of the stigma, you don't hear as much Congress saying, oh, you know, or moms saying, oh, it's going to ruin your eyes or whatever it is. Mom used to say, get outside, get some fresh air. What are you going to do? Play games for a living? You don't hear that as much anymore. Yeah, you can.
Some people are playing games for a living. Yeah, exactly, Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would also argue that you should look at gaming because that's going to be your next generation of user interfaces and software.
Right.
And Leo, I'm sure I've said this on your show before, but I feel like we're in the dying age of desktop computing where the desktop is the primary metaphor for working. And you have now a cohort of people who are heading into the workplace who grew up on Minecraft and other really customizable environments. And I'm sure if you're in your 20s, you're like, what is this desktop and file system? Why? You know, why can't I create a space that works with the way my brain works and lets me organize information the way that's useful to me? And like, play the games now or just don't understand how things are going to look in 10 years, man.
I agree. I also wonder, you know, gaming used to be the toy store kind of the, you know, but it's because it's now bigger than the movie industry. I think it's becoming a primary entertainment form. I also think because of esports, it's only a matter of time before it's also going to be a spectator sport. Yeah, the gaming is going to be
part of like a bigger shift towards more hands-on and active participation in entertainment. You think about even the way people watch TV these days, it's a multi-screen experience because they're tweeting their reactions or they're on like online fan communities, looking up references and parsing things out. And gaming is just, you're not just passively watching a narrative, you're changing the narrative.
Yeah.
You're participating in it directly. And that seems to be something that really resonates with a lot of people.
Well, and even if you're watching as a spectator, you end up playing it. I mean, I watched a bunch of Elden Ring videos because I thought this is too hard, and that made me want to play it more. It kind of goes hand in hand. Twitch is huge, isn't it? And YouTube gaming, Let's Play gaming, huge right now. And the creators are making many of them millions of dollars. I think it's the future of entertainment. So, and I think it's interesting that you're seeing new form factors. That's the other thing. You don't. This Steam Deck is a new form factor in the way you really don't see new PC form factors or new console form factors. So it's kind of interesting. I guess Nintendo gets credit though for starting this.
And I'm still gonna shake my fist at the cloud like a grumpy old man. I mean, everything you guys said sounded great. Guess what? Nothing's hanging with this PC when it comes to me gaming. And my Nintendo Switch is great for like my fluff and portability. But those cartoon characters, I can't get better graphics by now. It's been 5 years, Nintendo. Okay, not everything has to be Zelda-like and fluffy. Okay, I want some grit. I want some hardcore stuff in these games in this system. Okay, everything being 8-bit emoji is driving me crazy. The technology isn't moving forward. So you talking about the future? The future ain't here yet, homie. Okay, I'm down here running with the Thunder computer and the new M1 MacBook Pros. Hey, look, they better. The power ain't there yet. The future is still far.
You're
far
just
away.
old school, doctor. You're just an old man.
Hey, look. I've been hearing about Lawnmower Man since the 70s, bro. I've been hearing about AR and VR since the 70s.
Wait a minute, you're sitting next to the queen of VR.
Owen, the metaverse is coming with I played Second Life, okay? I was making hotels and bars and clothes for people, making thousands of dollars off of people in 2005, 2007, okay? But now all of a sudden we about to jump into the future.
Do you have, Owen, do you have any VR at home? Do you have any?
No, I don't. I don't have time to get nauseous yet, okay? It ain't work. Matter of fact, pump your brakes. Everybody out here about to empty their wallets. In the next 24 hours, you're going to see some of the greatest trash you ever imagined. Samsung's making some dope stuff. Guess what? 3 months later, something better is coming out. Don't you buy one thing VR until Apple come out with their crap new glasses and then wait for the second iteration to spend the money because you're going to have FOMO.
Oh, you don't want to get them this year. They're saying $3,500 for the first generation.
I just told you, the FOMO going to have you spending and wasting this money. All you got to do is think about Lawnmower Man, okay? They've been preaching and selling. We got a good 4 or 5 years before I put these goggles on and start yakking all over my desk.
FOMO going to get you.